Friedrich Nietzsche, a name that strikes fear, curiosity, and intrigue. Known for challenging everything we thought we knew about morality, culture, and even the meaning of life. But who was Nietzsche, and why does his philosophy still matter today? In this video, we're diving into the life and ideas of the man who famously declared, "God is dead," in under 10 minutes. Born in 1844 in Germany, Nietzsche was a philosopher, poet, and cultural critic. His ideas went against the grain of the 19th century, rejecting traditional values, religion, and morality. Yet his work remains one of the most influential, from existentialism to modern psychology. Nietzsche's bold and radical thinking has made him both loved and misunderstood. Nietzsche's most famous phrase is "God is dead," but he didn't mean it literally. What he was saying is that in modern society, traditional religious beliefs no longer provide meaning or guidance. Religion had once been the source of truth, but with the rise of science and secularism, people started questioning these foundations. Nietzsche saw this as both a crisis and an opportunity. Without God, we had to create our own meaning in life. One of Nietzsche's most famous ideas is the concept of the Übermensch, or Superman. The Übermensch represents a person who transcends conventional morality and creates their own values. For Nietzsche, life without God's moral compass required new ways of thinking. The Übermensch is someone who embraces this freedom, willing to live life on their own terms without fear of judgment. This was Nietzsche's answer to the emptiness he saw in modern life: to live authentically and powerfully, creating meaning in a meaningless world. Nietzsche argued that traditional morality, shaped by religion, divides people into good and evil categories. But he believed this was a slave morality, one that favored meekness, humility, and submission. In contrast, master morality is defined by strength, power, and the will to impose one's values on the world. The master doesn't follow rules, they create them. Nietzsche didn't see this as a call for cruelty, but for personal empowerment in the rejection of societal norms. At the core of Nietzsche's philosophy is the will to power. The idea that the fundamental driving force in human beings is not survival or reproduction, but the desire to assert and enhance one's own strength and influence. This isn't just about physical power, but the will to shape your life, your destiny, and the world around you. The will to power is a constant striving for greatness, for self-improvement, for mastery. Nietzsche believed this drive was essential for human flourishing, but society often suppresses it with its rules and expectations. One of Nietzsche's most mind-bending ideas is the concept of eternal recurrence. He asked, what if you had to live your life over and over, exactly the same for eternity? Would you be able to embrace your life fully with all its struggles and pain, knowing you would relive it forever? Nietzsche proposed that to live authentically, you must live as though you choose to relive every moment eternally. This thought experiment challenges us to live a life we are proud of, one we wouldn't want to change. Nietzsche's ideas weren't just philosophy, they were a cultural revolution. He inspired existentialists like Jean-Paul Sartre and Martin Heidegger, modern psychologists like Carl Jung, and even pop culture, where terms like Übermensch and will to power are used widely. However, his works have often been misunderstood, especially by those who associate him with nihilism, or worse, political extremism. But Nietzsche didn't preach destruction, he preached creation, of new values, new ways of living, and a new understanding of the human spirit. Friedrich Nietzsche didn't just question everything, he forced us to rethink who we are and what it means to live a meaningful life. His ideas challenge us to take responsibility for our existence, to create our own values, and to embrace life, no matter how difficult it may be. So next time you feel lost or unsure, ask yourself, could I live my life as though I choose to live it forever? That's the challenge Nietzsche left for us all.